Assalamualaikum and welcome to Dan Sewing Solutions. Now then, let's try and show you the pros and cons of making a dress like this. This is a collection of the heroine Priyanka Chopra collection, which I'm sure many of you, if you visited the fashion shops, then Asian clothes shops, then you would be familiar with these suits because they are mostly online. A lot of these are being sold on Facebook and so on as well. And now, coming to make these, there are numerous problems that you will encounter in making one of these dresses. It's not as straightforward as what you are seeing on the picture. Now, I have actually been bought a few to make, and that's actually the packaging that it comes in, and that's the picture of the suit. Okay, it comes in a few colors, and initially when I saw this I fell in love with it because it was a nice gold work, and it looked very nice, especially the way it's fitted out on the model or on the mannequin. And obviously Priyanka Chopra has got a figure to die for, so she can carry it off, and probably a tailor was especially selected to tailor hers in her specific size as well. Now what they are selling in the packages is nothing compared to what you are seeing on the table. So let's give you a glimpse, because the previous one that I've done, the customer, I made them unpick that, and this one has been bought as it is. So when the shopkeeper has sold this, they've basically told the customer that all this needs is the side seams. And now if you are a very large size, this would fit a size, perhaps a 16 or even above size. And also if you are very tall. Now if you are short and if you are still a large size, then you've got problems. If you are tall but slim, then you've got problems. And you know, so this is actually, well, what they've done is basically put the fabric together for you, and in that fabric you can make it in multiple sizes. But what it means is, in order to make it in multiple sizes, it needs to be totally repicked. So buying the fabric and stitching it up and buying the dress like this and unpicking it, then I would say buying the fabric is far superior, because you've got far less in that than you have in something like this. Now in order to make in a specific size, then what you are doing is you are actually taking all the seams out and then reshaping it and then re-stitching it back up. So before we go back to what needs reshaping and what needs restitching, now they are quite lengthy, so we had to make this out to a specific size. Then to make it into a specific size meant that either we took the border off and reattached this back up and we could keep the top, or we had to take it away from the top and leave the border as it is. But it meant we had to slim down all the panels, because as the panels go down, obviously they get wider and wider. So in order to fit that to the waist, and you're cutting it from down here, from here is a lot wider than it is here, so you're taking the whole of the thing go back up, and that means that narrowing down all the panels. So in actual fact, what I made the customer do was unpick all of the garment, and then we shaped all the panels and then basically restitched. But the biggest factor in this was the sleeves. It actually just comes with a 3/4 inch sleeves. So the fabric that we've taken off from the top of the waistline, I've patchworked that together and made the sleeves out of that, because in order to make the sleeves similar, we couldn't get the fabric to actually go with the thing, and then anything else would just not look right. So we managed to achieve it. It's taken me a hell of a long time to actually sort it out. I am actually just glad that it's over and done with. I would be glad to see the back of it, because it's a lot of time consuming work. If you're doing this for a customer, bear in mind that it is very time consuming, and make sure you charge for what you are doing, because you are spending a good day making something like this. It means, and then these beads, if you look at my hands, it's like I've been scratched. It's a cut work bead, that actually wherever it touches you, it leaves its mark. On top of that, I've broken a ton of needles. I've gone through a pack of needles because every time you think you've taken them all out, and still there's some left, and you manage to just keep on breaking needles. So a hell of a lot of work. Are they worth the buy? Well, if you're sewing yourself, and if it was for Halima, then I wouldn't mind spending the time. For a customer, would I do it again? No, I would not, because it does really take it out. It's very frustrating, especially when you have to unpick and redo something that somebody else has already done. So let's see what we can do with the other one. Now I'm going to give you a bit of guidance on what I'm going to be doing. So that's just, hopefully, alhamdulillah, this one's finally finished. So we're going to try and tackle the next one and see what happens with that.